Once upon a time, in the small Italian town of Bologna Salami,
Hey, buongiorno! What are you doing? Pizzeria!
there lived a lonely toy maker named Gelato.
Just because I talk to toys doesn't make me lonely. Besides, I've got ducks.
And his assistant, Cricket.
I am not a cricket.
His assistant named Cricket.
I am a caterpillar. Well, that is only half true.
Kind and honest Gelato was never married, so he had no children he could call his own.
I call this one.
That's not a child.
Oh.
His 3 beloved brothers were mysteriously lost at sea while delivering meatballs to the small island of Boyardee. So Gelato poured all of his loneliness and love into the toys he carved for the joy of others. One of the toys, a wooden duck, was so realistic a family of motherless ducklings followed it home. Gelato loved the ducks like they were his own children. Oh, how he loved to teach them, and oh, how they loved to listen. He taught them about right and wrong, responsibility, honesty.
And Monopoly. Greg is fascinated with real estate.
Cricket was glad Gelato was happier, even though ducks made him nervous.
They eat caterpillars!
Well, good thing you're a cricket.
I have got to change my name.
And so the ducklings listened closely as Gelato taught them everything they needed to know.
Look at little Liliana as her mother shows her how to gather breakfast from a chicken or make milkshakes from a cow. Even Steven's juggling Papa taught him when to take a bow. Nothing's missing 'cause they listened when their parents taught them how. A mother and a father know the ways to live life right. So listen, little children, and your days will turn out bright. Now you. Wonderful! Now harmonize. Beautiful! Now pick Latin. Perfect! Now, barbershop.
Quack!
So take these little lessons that I offer me to you. They go through your ears and in your heart to teach you what is true. A father loves his little ones, he'll teach them what is right. And if you listen closely, then your days will turn out right. Listen, little ducklings, and your life will turn out right.
Psst, Gelato.
Parcheesi, how's the woodworking business?
Oh, love the smell, hate the splinters.
You can say that again.
Hate the splinters. Say, you wouldn't need a nice piece of wood, would ya?
Would I? But I can't, so I won't. I've only got 5 pennies right now. We don't spend money we don't have, right, ducklings?
Oh, it's your lucky day, Gelato. This very special piece is yours, absolutely free.
Huh? Nothing's free, Parcheesi.
True, except this piece of wood.
Wow!
Oh dear.
Must be Mexican jumping wood.
It's pistachio wood from a pistachio tree. Very special.
Well, at least you could let me pay you a little something, Parcheesi. Parcheesi?
No need to pay. It's all yours.
Something smells fishy.
No, it smells like pistachios. Hooray! A bonus piece of wood for a bonus toy. Come, little ducklings. Daddy's gonna carve you a brother.
This has bad idea written all over it.
Really? Must be tiny writing. Good night, little ones. Bruce, let's hope that beak guard helps your snoring. Gary, it's not polite to eat worms in bed. Good night, Greg. Sweet dreams, little ones. Prepare yourself for a long night, Cricket.
All throughout the night, Gelato poured his love into this new and very special wood carving.
just winked at me.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Whoa!
Oh, this is great!
Hey, wait, come back! Come back! Silly toy, why don't you just stay still?
You're not the boss of me. I don't have to listen to anybody. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want.
You're not like the other toys, are you?
Never heard of toys.
I will call you Pistachio, after the wood from which you were made.
Nobody made me. I'm out of here.
Whoa, hold your horses, Pistachio. You're a part of the family now. I'm your father, Gelato.
Never heard of a father.
Why, a father is the one who'll teach you how to live, how to be happy.
I don't need any lessons. I can find happiness without anybody's help.
Oh, Pistachio, you need to listen to those who love you the most, your parents.
Why should I listen to my parents? I want what's best for me.
Because you are too young to know what is best for you, Pistachio. Trust me, I was a boy once too. Tomorrow, we'll take a field trip for your first lesson in life. But for now, we must sleep.
Well, okay. I guess we can try it your way. For now.
That's my log, boy. Good night, Cricket.
I am a caterpillar.
Good night, Pistachio.
You will see. Gelato is a good father. He has learned great things from his own father. And you will learn those things from him, if you will listen.
Well, if I don't, I'm not hanging around a bunch of ducks.
A team.
What?
It's not a bunch of ducks. It is a team of ducks, like a gaggle of geese or a herd of cattle.
Never heard of cattle.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
So Gelato took his ducklings and Pistachio to the art museum, where he would use the paintings to teach a very important lesson.
Just pictures? Boring.
You'll see, Pistachio. There's nothing like art to help you find your way. Hey, Art!
Aye, what's up, Gelato?
Which way to the sheep paintings?
Down and to the left, past the prodigal.
Thanks, Art. Gary, you should have gone before we left home. Now, here's what I really wanted to show you. Sheep!
Never heard of sheep.
It's a flock of sheep. You're thinking of cattle. It was the shepherd's job to take care of 100 sheep. One sheep ran away and got lost. Even though there were still 99 more, the shepherd left the 99 to go off into a storm in search of that one lost sheep.
Why would he do that?
Well, because he was a good shepherd and he loved all the sheep. He didn't want to lose a single one.
Why did the little sheep run away?
Nobody knows. Maybe a wolf dressed like a sheep talked him into it. Maybe he thought he could find something more fun than following his shepherd. Maybe he thought he knew best. By the time the shepherd found him, he was cold and miserable. He knew he should have listened to the shepherd.
Some children act the same way. They foolishly think they know best, that they don't need to listen to their parents. Not me. I'm no fool. No sorry.
Nicely put, Cricket. You should sit on my mallet and finish all of my stories.
Moralizing runs very deep in my family.
I do love this painting. Say what?
I'll bet this painting you love so much is in one of those art books. And they're only 5 cents. I'd be happy to go buy it for you. Can I have 5 cents? Huh, can I?
Wow! That's great that you've taken an interest in art so soon. But 5 cents is all the money I have.
But it's filled with artwork that we could take home. I thought you wanted your children to learn. I want to learn all I can.
Hey, don't look at me. I cannot even lift a penny.
So Gelato gave Pistachio his 5 pennies to buy the book, but made him promise to go straight there and then come right back.
Oh, I promise.
The moment he lied, something strange happened to Pistachio's nose. But we'll get to that later.
Growing boy.
Okay, now, who can tell me the population of Luxembourg?
Oh,
close, Greg, but you forgot the suburbs.
Come young, come all to my puppets down the hall to the fun that you're not supposed to have. I'll do some impressions, but there won't be boring lessons like the ones that you get from your dad. As silly as a tickle.
Sorry tickets cost a nickel, a small price to pay to be glad.
So come see my talents.
Abandon your parents.
It's fun and it's no strings attached. No strings?
Huh?
Amazing! A puppet with no strings! If you were in the show, I'd be rich! Picture people paying golden coins to watch this little boy as he sings for them and dances as the world's first stringless toy. It's so genius, just between us, everyone will cry encore! Encore! Boy, it's no time to be modest, for the world will soon applaud us. Just look at what you brought us. We'll have
Stay away from me! Whoa, those are the biggest pennies I've ever seen.
Wait! Get back here, puppet! You're coming with us!
No, I'm not!
Get him, Alfredo!
Oh, I wonder who these belong to.
What seems to be the problem, little log?
I'm not a log. I'm a toy.
Could have fooled me. I am Confetti, the fox.
And I am Purina the cat.
You don't look like a cat.
Why so glum, chum?
Oh, I probably shouldn't say.
You already started saying.
All you have to do is finish.
Huh?
What are you hiding behind your back?
My father, Gelato, was teaching me a lesson and gave me 5 pennies to buy a book. But instead of a book, I bought a ticket to a puppet show where this scary guy was singing and chasing me.
Weird.
And we fell into some coats where I found these. And I don't know whose they are.
Why, they're yours, of course.
Huh?
Finders keepers.
This lesson-teaching father of yours will be so proud that you have turned 5 pennies into 5 golden coins.
But I didn't.
Hush, child, you're ruining the moment.
Okay, everybody bundled up?
They've got feathers.
So that's a yes. Where'd Pistachio run off to? Are you coming, Pistachio?
Coming, Father.
All right then, let's head out.
It takes a clever boy to turn pennies into gold coins. Clever enough for our opportunity.
Opportunity?
What would you say if I told you there was a way to turn your 5 golden coins into hundreds?
Well, I was really supposed to buy a book with this, so me and the ducks could learn more about art.
Oh, ducks know everything there is to know about art. That's a fact.
Indeed. And what's the purpose of an education other than to teach you how to go out into the world and make money? And here's your opportunity. The Waterfront Carnival.
It'll be such fun.
And won't your father be impressed when you show him you are such a clever boy?
All right, let's do it. Wow, this is way better than art.
And here we are, 1 gold coin to play.
Calling all clever children, win, 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 at the wheel of moolah.
What's moolah?
More money than you could possibly count.
I don't know how to count.
See how honest I am?
How does it work?
Simple. You give me a gold coin and spin the wheel. Wherever it stops, you multiply your money that many times.
Wow, so the worst that could happen is I get my gold coin back.
Math's not really your thing, is it?
Spin away! Come on, Big Ten!
0? Oops, that almost never happens.
Oh, you lose. Looks like this one's mine.
Lose? That wasn't supposed to happen.
Aw, I'm sure you'll win it back in the next game.
Really?
Of course. Why would we steer you wrong?
Field trips always make me hungry. Who wants a corn dog?
1, 2, 3, uh-oh. Gelato?
Hey, one of my ducklings is missing.
You mean Pistachio?
Pistachio? What happened to Pistachio?
I have no idea. But it is not that bad. You still have got 3 other ducklings.
Cricket.
Caterpillar.
Remember the painting of the lost sheep? Like any good shepherd, I love all my children the same. That means you, and Pistachio too. I won't rest until we're all home, no matter what.
Better make that corn dog to go.
So Gelato went off in search of his little lost duckling, wooden boy, while something entirely less noble was going on at the carnival.
You lose again. 2 in a row.
Again? I give up. I think it's probably best to just go home.
Wait! You still have 3 gold coins.
But
You're on your own. You can't give up. There's 3 more coins. There's better luck. If you return to your father empty-handed, you'll only disappoint and then be reprimanded. You must show You're not sunk.
You're not sunk.
You're more tough.
You're more tough.
You'll win big.
Really, really big.
You'll play rough.
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Don't need
You don't need
your father's love. No need to listen to your dad. You know enough.
You've got gold. -1. You'll get paid. You'll have fun.
Oops, not again. Oh, ain't that rough?
No need to listen to your dad. You know enough.
He's on his own. I can't give up. Have you seen him? Or am I out of luck? He needs a dad to help him make it through. And since that's who I am, that's what I'm gonna do. You? It's true.
The bookseller told Gelato that she had seen a strange wooden boy headed for the waterfront. This troubled Gelato, who was afraid Pistachio might fall into the sea and float off like driftwood. He thanked the woman and was off. You're not broke.
You're not broke.
You're just close.
You're just close.
You haven't spent all of your gold,
Just almost.
But even if you run out of your stuff, no need to listen to your dad, you know enough.
You lose again. Ha! This is my lucky night.
oh no, I can't go home to Gelato with nothing.
Good thing there's one game where you can win riches beyond your wildest dreams.
But we only have 1 gold coin left.
That's all it takes, Pistachio. 1 gold coin.
But that's everything.
You're in deep, you're all alone.
Almost sunk.
I won't give up.
You've got a golden coin, but need a little luck.
Oh dear, where are you?
Follow us.
I'll brave the sea.
Now it gets
bring
rough.
you back to me.
No need to listen to your dad, you know enough. No need to listen to your dad, you know enough.
Pistachio, you and you alone are not enough.
Rainbow of Fortune. That's kind of scary.
Being on your own can be quite scary. But isn't that what you wanted?
I thought it was.
Oh well, Gelato's probably already forgotten about you. I bet he's got other kids that listen.
How do you play?
Oh, simple, really. You sit in this car and advance up the ramp every time you answer a question correctly. The higher up you go, the more you win. You can stop whenever you want and walk away with the money. But
if you choose to answer a question and get it wrong, well, you lose everything.
All right.
For 10 gold coins, here is question number 1. In the story of the lost sheep, how many sheep ran away?
Hey, I know this. Just one.
What? Oh, but that is correct.
you, win 10 gold coins.
But if you continue to the next question, you could win 100 gold coins.
100 gold coins?
Of course, you risk losing the 10. Do you want question 2?
Question 2! Question 2!
Alrighty then. For 100 gold coins, here is question number 2. In the story of the lost sheep, why did the shepherd leave the 99 to go off and search for the one lost sheep?
I can't believe it. I know this one too. Because he was a good shepherd, and he loved all his sheep.
Correct. You've just won 100 gold coins. Of course, question 3 is worth 1,000.
1,000? Yes, question 3.
Where did we get these questions? He knows them.
Yes, I know them because Gelato...
Who?
My father! Gelato! Pistachio! It's Gelato. He's looking for me. He didn't forget about me after all. I'm coming, Father! Right after I win the gold and make him proud of me.
Should we take naps and come back when you're ready?
I'm ready now. Fire away!
Oh, we will.
For 1,000 gold coins, here is question number 3. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Huh? I don't know that. Nobody knows that.
Then you shouldn't have risked everything.
But you said you wouldn't steer me wrong.
No, we said why would we steer you wrong? And the answer is 5 gold coins.
High fives!
No hands, numbskull.
Gelato! Gelato, I'm here! It's Pistachio!
Pistachio? Oh, Pistachio! I knew I'd find you.
I can't hear you! Not a closer! Gelato? Dad! Oh no! Gelato? Oh no! He's gone! And it's my fault!
What is your fault?
You're beautiful. And you're...
Blue?
Are you the blue fairy?
It's pronounced blueberry. What exactly are you doing here?
Looking for my dad. We were out at sea.
Oh? Why were you out at sea?
At that exact moment, Pistachio had a choice to make. He knew that telling the truth was the right thing to do. But if he did, the blueberry would know that Pistachio was the reason Gelato was lost. So, he lied.
My father is a fisherman, and we were out catching the largest fish you've ever seen.
Remember what happened the first time Pistachio lied?
Oh! Is that really why your father was out at sea?
Yep, that's the whole truth. What's happening? What am I gonna do? I can't go through life like this. I'll get used for a coat rack. How do I get my nose back to normal?
You must listen to your father, Pistachio.
What? How do you know my name?
Gelato loves you, and he wants what is best for you. You must learn from his teaching, or you will never be happy.
Well, if you know so much about me, why don't you just tell me what I should do next?
You know what you should do. Listen to your father. Tell the truth. Well, I must go. A good friend needs my help. Au revoir. Don't give up hope.
I know. If I can find Gelato's workshop, maybe that cricket will know what to do. This is crazy. My nose keeps throwing me off balance.
Hey, what do you do? I'm walking here.
Sorry. Achoo! Oh, for crying out loud.
Hey there, Cricket. I am not a cricket. I am a caterpillar. Silly cricket.
Huh? Cricket?
I am not a Pistachio. You are alive.
I'm looking for Gelato.
Me too. That is why I left them all by myself in this big, mean, caterpillar-eating world.
I don't eat caterpillars.
Good. I hear we are quite tasty.
Who's with the ducklings?
Oh, a good friend is helping me out.
No, I'm a blueberry, but I get that all the time. No, I've never played Monopoly, but I'll give it a go.
What is this story with your smeller?
My what?
Your nose! It looks like a sapling!
Oh, it's a long story.
Not as long as that honker sticking out of your face.
Cricket, Gelato is lost, and it's all my fault. Why are you smiling?
Gelato would be very pleased.
What? Why?
Because you are doing what he said. He told you to take responsibility for your mistakes. That means you listened. He would be so proud of you right now. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Where are you taking us now, Horsey? Horsey? No, Horsey.
Oh, dear.
Look at that. A flying cricket and a boy made out of wood.
That's enough time in the sun, dear.
We are floating. We are sinking.
This couldn't get any worse.
Deja vu just isn't strong enough.
Where are we?
We are inside a big fish.
And we're still alive?
Oh, you can stay alive inside a fish for 2 or 3 days. Trust me, I know. Help me look for some angels.
Wait, I hear something. It sounds like music.
That does not sound like angel music. It sounds...
Italian!
We should have listened to what Mama told us. When it was bedtime, she'd cuddle and hold us. And say, boys, please remember your poor Uncle Clark. Never take meatballs to sea after dark.
They look a little like gelato.
Yeah, I'd say more Brando or De Niro.
Wait a second.
We have found Gelato's long-lost brothers! Mamma mia!
A sorry old uncle set out with the meatball, rowing the stormy seas just after nightfall. And so he discovered this fact so infernal: great fish that love meatballs are also nocturnal. But we didn't listen for pride or for spite. We set out a-rowing with meatballs at night. And just like our uncle, oh God rest his soul, for want of our meatballs, a fish ate us whole.
It makes me miss my father even more.
Don't you get me crying.
So children, please listen to your dads and mamas as they tuck you in your footy pajamas. Their wisdom will save you from trouble, no question. A waking up inside a fish's intestine. We're sorry, Mama, that we didn't listen. Our hearts are now heavy, our faces they glisten with tears of regret for our pride and our spite. And that we took meatballs to sea in the night.
Gelato!
What? Huh?
Who said my name?
Father?
Pistachio?
Father!
Pistachio! Cricket! Your nose!
Oh, Dad! I spent the 5 cents and I went and I tried to win more money, then I lost and I almost drowned, and then I lied and I almost crashed because there was no horsey till I got eaten by this fish!
All true.
I am so sorry!
It's okay, Pistachio. Who's with the ducklings?
They're in good hands.
Oh, the Park Place with a hotel. That's $1,500, please.
I prayed that I would find you again someday.
So did I.
Hey, we're starving here. Let's eat.
Oh, I almost forgot. Pistachio, Cricket, these are my brothers.
How have you stayed alive all these years?
This fish. It swallowed our delivery boat filled with meatballs. He loves eating Italian.
Including us. It's not so bad, really. While we try to get home, we eat and we sing.
And sing and eat. You know what I'm saying? I bet you do. I bet you know what I'm saying.
And we got loads of oil for the lamps. Keeps the mood lighting going, you know?
We gotta do something about that nose. That's why I always say, never leave home without your tools.
I have never heard you say that.
I always say it starting now.
Right. Good, it's nice.
Boy, I'm starving. Where's all the food?
Oh, we got plenty of food.
Hey, guys, we're out of food.
We're gonna die!
Oh, Pistachio, I'm so sorry. I wanted so much more for your life than this. I wanted zoo trips and juggling lessons and...
Hey, we could always eat the castor oil.
What are you, nuts? Castor oil. Makes you throw up. Forget about it.
At that moment, Pistachio had an idea that could save them all.
Hey, everybody! If we could open and dump all these barrels of castor oil, then maybe the fish will throw up! Quick! Roll all the barrels down here where my father's tools are!
Wait, the crow's nest. If we drop the barrels from that height, they'll break and splash all over his stomach.
I don't know. I think the barrels are too strong to break.
Pistachio?
Dad, I know wood. I am wood.
Yes, but I made you. Trust me.
It was the moment of truth. Pistachio had to choose between what he thought was best and what his father knew was best.
Okay, Dad.
He chose wisely, and he listened.
Here we go!
Hey, it's not working.
I really thought it would work.
And now we got no food and just a little oil in the lamp. Oh, great. See that? Now we're in the dark.
Wow, someone's really hungry. Was that your stomach, Espresso?
That was not my stomach. Hi, Dorito.
Hey, it wasn't me.
Wait, could that be?
Here we go!
Somebody pick up the cricket!
I thought you were a caterpillar.
Whatever! Hold me!
That was disgusting!
I smell like linguine with clam sauce.
Hey, and meatballs.
Good thinking, Pistachio. You're a great listener.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, now what do we do? We are in the middle of the ocean.
Still got your tools?
Always.
Let's build a raft. We can use the canvas for a sail. Just tell me what to do, Dad. I promise I'll listen closely.
Look at this guy. What a bright boy.
So instead of Pistachio getting his own way, he got something even better. He became part of a real family. And it was all because he listened to his father.
Wow, Dad. I love it.
It's from the museum gift shop. Happy birthday, Pistachio.
And so Gelato, Pistachio, all his brother ducklings, and Cricket
Caterpillar!
You are my hero.
lived happily ever after.
A mother and a father know the ways to live life right. So listen, little children, and your days will turn out bright. So listen, little children, and your life will turn out right.
Listen, just listen, pay attention, lend an ear. Listen, just listen, you never know what you might hear. Whoa! Listen, just listen, if you don't, we'll tell you this. You won't get the whole picture, there'll be something you might miss. Larry was so happy, his package finally came. He'd waited years to play the new 5D Space Squadron game.
He called his neighbors Joe and Bob. Come over now and see. Today's the day my game is here. Come play it now with me.
Listen, just listen, pay attention, lend an ear. Listen, just listen, you never know what you might hear. Whoa! Listen, just listen, if you don't, we'll tell you this. You won't get the whole picture, there'll be something you might miss.
Larry put the helmet on and turned the sound up high.
He turned the sound up high.
The music started booming, but the spaceship wouldn't fly.
It didn't want to fly.
Bob told him that the game came with a set of good directions, but Larry wasn't listening. He made his own connections.
He quickly pushed each button and twisted each knob too. He got so mad he held his breath and made his face turn blue. He made his face turn blue.
Bum, bum, bum.
Listen, just listen. Pay attention, lend an ear. Listen, just listen. You never know what you might hear. Whoa! Listen, just listen. If you don't, we'll tell you this. You won't get the whole picture. There'll be something you might miss.
Drat!
He said,
My hat won't work. Something isn't right.
something isn't right. The helmet still would not perform, and now the top was bent. And in the back he accidentally put a little dent.
Larry,
Bob said softly,
can I give you some advice? Ask Joe to help you with your game. He's played it once or twice.
Well, kids, what do you think he's gonna do?
Larry wouldn't listen. He claimed that he knew how.
I think that I know how.
And at that very moment, the helmet went kaplow.
The helmet went kerplow!
the music stopped its playing and the lights quit blinking too. Larry turned to Joe and Bob.
Now what should I do?
We tried to tell you, Larry, before you broke your game, to put the batteries in here and line them up the same.
So Larry moved the batteries. The game began again. It began again. It began again because the batteries were now installed correctly.
From now on, I'll listen to my friends.
God gave us friends and family to help us through each day. And when we listen, we don't miss what others have to say. Listen, just listen, pay attention, lend an ear. Listen, just listen, you never know what you might hear. Whoa! Listen, just listen, if you don't, we'll tell you this. You won't get the whole picture, there'll be something you might miss. You won't get the whole picture, there'll be something you might miss. You just might miss.
And I wouldn't want to miss this.
Have I ever told you about the Israelites?
The Israelites. Oh, yeah, I remember those guys. Weren't they supposed to be God's chosen people?
That's what the Bible says.
Oh, I bet they always followed God's directions.
Ho, ho, ho! You'd think so, wouldn't you? But sometimes God's directions didn't seem to make sense to them. You see, well, maybe I should just show you.
Huh?
Close your eyes, Junior, and don't open them until I say so.
All right.
Okay.
Well, how did we get here?
We're using our imagination.
Oh. So these must be the Israelites.
Yep.
Why are they out here in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, now that is a good question. Have you ever heard of a guy named Moses?
Isn't he the one who parted the Red Sea?
Right again. But we're going to go back a little further. The Israelites were living in Egypt, but not because they wanted to. No, the Egyptians had taken them captive and were making them work very hard as their slaves.
Oh, dear.
It was miserable. But God cared about the Israelites, so he sent Moses to lead them out of Egypt and into their own land, the Promised Land.
This is the Promised Land?
No. Oh, the land God promised them was wonderful. You could grow things and there was lots of food. No, this is the desert.
So why are they here?
Yes, that is the point. When Moses and the Israelites left Egypt, all they had to do was follow God's directions and they'd go right to the Promised Land. But they didn't always follow God's directions. Sometimes they went their own way instead.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, Moses led them to the Promised Land right away. But when some of the Israelites took a look around, they saw people there that looked like giants. That scared them so much, they wouldn't go in. They got to the land God promised them, and then they turned around and ran away.
Oh, my.
Now, God was very disappointed in the Israelites for not following his directions, so he told them that none of them could go into the Promised Land for 40 years.
You're kidding me.
Nope. That's why they're stuck here in the desert.
Wow.
By the time 40 years had gone by, Moses had died.
I thought this story was about him.
No, it's about Joshua.
Joshua? Who's he?
Well, he was Moses' helper. When Moses died, Joshua became Israel's new leader.
Do I know you?
I'm the narrator.
Oh.
The Israelites were very sad about Moses dying because he was a great leader. But at last, it was finally time.
It's time? It's time?
Did he just say it's time?
We didn't have a lot of fun in the desert. We didn't have a lot of fun in the sand. But saddle up your cow and go behind us now.
Because we're going to the Promised Land.
For years I've eaten nothing but manna. A dish that is filling but bland.
But now we're on our way.
I'll have a cheese souffle. Because we're going to the Promised Land. And in the Promised Land it's gonna be so grand. We'll have our fill from the grill as much as we can stand. It'll be so great, oh we can hardly wait. Cause we're going to the Promised Land.
The dining was loosey with Moses, but we'll be feasting with Josh in command.
I'd like a taco, please, and some panos and cheese.
Because we're going to the Promised Land. And in the Promised Land it's gonna be so grand. We'll have our fill from the grill as much as we can stand. It'll be so great, oh we can hardly wait. Cause we're going to the Promised Land. And in the Promised Land it's gonna be so grand. We'll have our fill from the grill as much as we can stand. It'll be so great.
Put waffles on my plate.
Cause we're going to the Promised Land.
I hear it's flowing with milk and honey.
Sounds sticky.
Cause we're going to the Promised Land. Yeah, we're going to the Promised Land. Cause we're going to the Promised Land.
So off they went. After 40 years, the Israelites were finally going to their new home. With a big grin, Joshua led his people into the Promised Land. Unfortunately, he overlooked one little detail. Jericho.
Did you hear something, Jean-Claude?
No, Philly. I think someone has bumped our wall.
Who are you?
Who are we? I think we should ask, who are you?
Oh, I am Joshua, and these are the children of Israel.
Oh, hello, children.
Hi.
It was nice to meet you. Now go away.
Yes.
No, you don't understand. God has given us this land for our new home. So, well, you're gonna have to leave.
Oh, did you hear that, Jean-Claude? The little pickle says we have to leave.
I'm a cucumber.
That is hilarious. Let me point something out to you, Picker. We have a wall. You do not.
No.
If anyone is to be doing the living, it will be you.
That is right.
Now listen to me. Our God said that this land was ours, and that all we had to do was follow his directions. So, I'm afraid, if you don't come out, we're gonna have to come in there after you.
I'd like to see you try. You can never get over our giant wall, Tiny Picker.
Yes, Tiny Pickle. You are not a mighty deer. You are just a baby gherkin.
I'm a cucumber.
Oh, ooh, my slushy.
Maybe we should fall back and regroup.
Look
things weren't going as smoothly as Joshua had hoped, so the Israelites decided to pull back and talk things over.
That's a big wall.
This time, I really mean it. We should go back to Egypt.
Huh?
Don't you remember? Snorkeling in the Nile, 3 square meals a day, plenty of exercise. Oh, it was paradise.
We were in slavery.
Nothing is perfect.
Listen, kids, that land is rightfully ours, and the only way we're gonna get it is by taking out that wall. Right, Jerry?
Yeah, that's right, Jimmy.
So Jerry and I are gonna put our heads together and come up with a plan to take out the wall.
Yeah.
They are so aggressive.
Well, Joshua didn't know what to do, and he could see that things were getting a little out of control.
Where did we put that chemistry set?
Is Egypt north or south?
Then he remembered that whenever Moses didn't know what to do, he would go and talk to God.
How did he do that?
Well, Moses found the best way was to go off by himself and just listen.
I'll be right back.
So Josh went away from the camp to see if he could hear God. After he had gone a ways, he saw a strange man with a sword.
Whoa!
Josh wondered whether this guy was on his side or on Jericho's side.
Are you for us or for our enemies?
Neither, but as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come. Well, Josh realized that this was a messenger from God, so he immediately fell face down on the ground in reverence.
I'm sorry, I couldn't make that out.
I said, what message does my Lord have for his servant?
Oh, really? That's what you said?
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh, all right. I come with directions from the Lord.
Great. What are they?
Ah, yes. The Lord says to you, Joshua, see, I have delivered Jericho into your hands. March around the city once with all your men. Do this each day for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry trumpets of ram's horns in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times with the priests blowing the trumpets. When you hear them sound a long blast, have all the people give a loud shout, and the walls of the city will collapse, and Jericho will be yours. Well, have fun.
Those were very interesting directions.
They sure were. Josh went back to camp and told the plan to the rest of the Israelites.
And the walls of the city will collapse, and Jericho will be yours.
They thought it was interesting, too.
So, we're supposed to hop around the city for 7 days, blow our little horns, yell, and the walls are just gonna fall down.
Yep, those are God's directions.
Well, I'm sure that would work great if the walls were made out of jello.
Ooh, then we could eat them.
Last call for Egypt. Who's coming with me?
Just a minute. I think you'll find our plan a bit more sophisticated. Blowing the horns in the desert isn't gonna do it. What we need is serious firepower. Sherry the curtain! Behold our creation! The Walminator 3000!
How are we clapping?
I have no idea.
This is terrible. It looks like they're gonna ignore God's directions again.
Shh, Josh has something to say.
I think we're forgetting something. Ahem. The Lord have given this land to us. No need to fuss. He knows what he's doing. We know that he will take care of us if we will follow him. Now everyone, sing together.
The Lord has given this land to us. No need to fuss. He knows what he's doing. We know that he will take care of us if we will follow him.
As your new leader, I think we should try doing it God's way first.
Well, God's way still sounded kind of funny, but the Israelites agreed to give it a try. And the next morning, there they were, marching around Jericho. It wasn't long before the people of Jericho noticed the Israelites.
What are you doing?
We're going to knock your wall down.
By walking around in circles?
Yes. It's not because we're crazy or anything. Our God told us to do it this way.
Oh, that's a great idea. You go ahead and keep walking.
Keep walking, but you won't knock down our wall. Keep walking, but she isn't gonna fall. It's plain to see. Your brains are very small to think walking will be knocking down our wall.
You silly little pickle. You silly little peas. You think that walking around will bring this city to its knees? The awesome powers of this wall we've clearly demonstrated. But out here in the hot, hot sun, perhaps you're dehydrated? Pity them, Philippe. Mais oui, Jean-Claude, mais oui. Won't you join me in my irritating little song? It would be an honor.
Keep walking, but you won't knock down our wall. Keep walking, but she isn't gonna fall. It's plain to see. Your brains are very small to think walking will be knocking down our wall. Keep walking, but you won't knock down our wall. Keep walking, but she isn't gonna fall. It's plain to see. Your brains are very small to think walking will be knocking down our wall. It's plain to see. Your brains are very small to think walking will be knocking down our wall. All right, boys, let them have it.
Double time!
Well, it wasn't a pretty sight, but the Israelites did make it all the way around Jericho. Back at their camp that night, they talked it over.
Well, that could have been a lot worse. We made it all the way around, so, we only have to do this 6 more days. And that'll take care of it. Well, what do you think?
I've got slushy in my ear.
Well,
Time to fire up the Walminator, Jerry!
Do you think that's a good idea?
Who wants to see the pyramids? I'm organizing a tour.
No, wait.
Things were really falling apart this time. Josh needed to do something, and quick. Junior?
Wait! Don't you see what you're doing? God gave you directions and you're ignoring them. Don't you remember what happened when you were supposed to go into the promised land, but you got scared and ran away instead? Because you didn't follow God's directions, you had to stay in the desert for 40 years.
Well, yeah, but that was...
I know God's directions don't always make sense to us, but things work out a lot better when we do them God's way instead of trying to do things our own way. It didn't make sense when God told you to walk right through the Red Sea, But what happened? The water dried up. And it didn't make sense when God told you to live in the desert even though there's no food in the desert. But what happened? God gave you manna to eat. Don't you see? Sometimes God asks us to do things that don't make sense to us. Like walking around a city to make the walls fall down. Or being nice to someone who hasn't been nice to us. But when we remember that God made us and loves us and always wants what's best for us, we can be sure that His way is the best way. The Lord has given this land to us, nor need to fuss. He knows what He's doing. We know that He will take care of us if we will follow Him. God's way is the best way. Now that I know He loves me so, His way is the best way. And that's the way for me. Tomorrow morning, Josh and I are going back out there to march around Jericho. Who's coming with us?
You can count on me.
All right, we're in.
Hey, somebody's gotta carry that ark. Well, Pa, do you still want to see the pyramids?
I've seen the pyramids. I built the pyramids. Let's go to Jericho!
The next day, they all set off again to march around Jericho. Now, God never said it would be easy. No, the people of Jericho hit them with everything they had. But the Israelites remembered that they were following God's directions, and they kept on marching. 6 days they marched, and nothing could stop them. On the 7th day, just like God had told them, they marched around Jericho 7 times while the priests blew their horns. And just like God said, when they finished marching, the priests blew one long blast, and then all the people yelled.
Hello! My name is Joshua, and God hath given us this land.
So the Israelites obeyed God, and the walls fell down. Finally, after 40 years, they were in their new home.
Boy, did I pick a lousy day to wear my contacts.
And in the promised land, it's